I like Haley's question here. She was wondering how we might be able to communicate with UAP or if attempts have been made.
Oh, yes, many attempts have been made. Yeah. And there, I can't talk about it, but there has been evidence of them replying.
That's a little titillating. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's really quite interesting. It's quite interesting. I mean, they don't like land and say, hey, here we are, blah, 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 but there's evidence of communication as well. I mean, just the very fact that they show up and let us see them is communication. I mean, we know that they can stealth themselves and not show up, and so here's another way to look at it is maybe, if you're a 1,000,000-year-old civilization, you've already been around longer than we've been civilized. And maybe your timeline is a little different. And maybe you realize that you can't just show up and change everything. I mean, what has happened in human history when one more advanced civilization shows up over another? Now, advanced doesn't mean smarter. Advanced just means more technologically capable. So when the Europeans showed up in America, well, they destroyed all of the subcultures in the North and South America, just ran rampant over them, right? But even when the British showed up in China, I mean, they weren't able to overrun them, but they changed things in a way that was deleterious, at least for a short period of time, to the Chinese. They've made up ground since then, the Chinese, of course. So maybe they understand that, if you show up and you've got all these miracle opportunities and the receiving civilization is not able to deal with these concepts, then maybe you're just doing them a disservice. Maybe we're just not mature enough. I mean, I've used this example. I mean, frankly, we're a bunch of angry monkeys throwing poo against the wall or at each other all day long. I mean, do you want to deal with a bunch of kindergartners and telling them, no, you can't have the candy yet? I mean, maybe we need to kind of raise our maturity level before we're ready to deal with them, or they're ready to deal with us, I should say.